Most people have never heard of the Kurilian Bobtail. And the ones who have, they usually can't stop talking about it. This is a cat that's been quietly thriving on remote volcanic islands for centuries, largely unknown to the rest of the world. But the people who own one will tell you the same thing. Nothing quite prepares you for what it's actually like to live with one. So let's get into the 10 things about the Kurilian Bobtail that nobody tells you, starting with number 10. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. That tail is unique. Let's start with the obvious. That tail. But here's what most people don't realize. No two Kurilian Bobtails have the same one. It's not just short. It can be shaped like a snail, a whisk, a spiral, or a little pom-pom. The tail develops from a combination of 2 to 10 vertebrae that fuse, angle, and curve in completely random ways during development. It's essentially a genetic fingerprint. Breeders actually study the tails carefully when evaluating cats. And once you've seen a Kurilian in person, flopping that little tail around like it's completely unbothered, you'll understand why people find it so endearing. It's genuinely one of a kind on every single cat. Number 9. Born from volcanoes. The Kurilian Bobtail comes from the Kuril Islands, a remote volcanic archipelago stretching between Japan and Russia. These aren't exactly hospitable islands. Harsh winters, rugged terrain, and an ecosystem that demanded real survival skills. The cats that thrived there weren't pampered. They hunted. They fished. They adapted. This isn't a breed that was engineered in a lab over a few generations. This is a breed that was shaped by one of the most demanding environments on the planet over hundreds of years. That history shows up in everything from their muscular build to their problem-solving instincts. You're not just getting a cat. You're getting the product of centuries of natural selection. Number 8. Smarter than expected. People underestimate this breed constantly, and they almost always regret it. Kurilian Bobtails are genuinely intelligent, not in a they learned their name way, but in a they figured out how to open the pantry door and now we have to buy new locks way. They observe. They problem solve. They remember. Owners frequently report that their Kurilian will study something for days before acting, like a cat version of planning. This level of cognition means they get bored fast if not stimulated. Puzzle feeders, rotating toys, and interactive play sessions aren't optional extras. They're basically requirements. The good news? A mentally engaged Kurilian is an absolute joy to live with. Number 7. Oddly dog-like. This one surprises almost every new owner. The Kurilian Bobtail bonds to people in a way that feels less like a cat and more like a dog. They follow you from room to room. They greet you at the door. Some of them will even play fetch, genuinely, not just batting a toy once and walking away. They choose a person or a family and commit. Hard. If you've ever wanted a cat but also secretly wished it would act a little more like a dog, this might be the breed you've been looking for. Just be aware. This level of attachment means they don't do well with long stretches of alone time. Number 6. Surprisingly athletic. Here's something that catches people off guard. These cats are powerful, like genuinely athletic in a way that's almost startling the first time you see it. Their hind legs are slightly longer than their front legs, which gives them an unusual gait and exceptional jumping ability. They're built for it. Broad chest, dense muscle, solid bone structure. Don't be surprised if your Kurilian launches from the floor to the top of your refrigerator without so much as a warm-up. They love to climb, leap, and move fast. If your home doesn't have vertical space for them to explore, they'll find their own, usually somewhere you didn't plan for. Number 5. They actually like water. No, seriously. This isn't one of those some cats tolerate a bath situations. Many Kurilian Bobtails are genuinely drawn to water. Remember those volcanic islands? They were fishing cats. Generations of hunting near rivers and streams appear to have left a lasting impression on the breed. Some owners find their Kurilian pawing at their water bowl, sitting on the edge of the bathtub, or casually strolling into the shower. It doesn't mean every single one will love bath time, but compared to most cats, their relationship with water is remarkably relaxed. It's one of those traits that feels impossible until you've witnessed it yourself. Number 4. The hunt never left. You can take the cat off the island, but you can't take the island out of the cat. The Kurilian Bobtail has a predatory drive that's still very much intact. These are not lap cats who've forgotten what instincts are. They stalk, they pounce. They'll spend 20 minutes locked onto a moth before making their move. For indoor owners, this means interactive play isn't just fun, it's genuinely important for the cat's well-being. Feather wands, moving toys, anything that mimics prey behavior. Left without an outlet, that hunting energy tends to redirect toward furniture, ankles, or anything unfortunate enough to move across the floor at the wrong moment. Number 3. Excellent with families. Here's something that makes the Kurilian Bobtail stand out in a real, practical way. They're remarkably good with children and other animals. Not just tolerant, actually good. They're patient, sturdy enough to handle the unpredictability of kids, and socially adaptable in a way that many breeds simply aren't. They've been observed integrating well with dogs, other cats, and busy households without the stress responses you'd expect. Part of this likely traces back to their island origins, where coexisting with both humans and other animals was the norm. If you've got a chaotic household and worried a cat won't fit, the Kurilian Bobtail might genuinely surprise you. Number 2. Playful well into adulthood. Most cats go through a kitten phase, and then they become the dignified, semi-disinterested creatures we know and love. Kurilian Bobtails didn't get that memo. These cats stay playful, actively, enthusiastically playful, well into their adult years. There's a kitten-like energy that just doesn't seem to leave them the way it does with other breeds. Which is wonderful, but it also means they need owners who are actually willing to engage with them. If you're looking for a cat that will quietly sleep 18 hours a day and require nothing from you emotionally, this probably isn't the right match. But if you want a cat that's still up for a game at age 7, here you go. Number 1. Ownership changes you. This is the one that nobody talks about, and it's the most important. People get a Kurilian Bobtail thinking they're getting a unique-looking cat with an interesting backstory. What they end up with is a relationship that genuinely changes how they think about cats. The loyalty, the intelligence, the expressiveness, it reframes everything. Owners who've had other cats often say the Kurilian made them realize how much they'd been missing. It's not that other breeds are lesser. It's that the Kurilian Bobtail is operating on a different frequency. Once you've lived with one, going back to a more aloof, independent breed feels like a genuine loss. That's a rare thing for any animal to pull off. The Kurilian Bobtail is still flying under the radar in most parts of the world, and honestly, that might be part of the charm. This is a breed with real history, real character, and a way of connecting with people that's genuinely hard to describe until you've experienced it. If you're considering one, do your research and find a reputable breeder. If you already own one, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what surprised you most. And if you found this useful, a like and subscribe helps more than you'd think. More breed deep dives are coming soon.